Since our last taping, this is April 22nd, 1990, and we're back with Dan and Eva Martinez. How's Grandma been doing?
Not very well. She's been doing pretty well today, but she's had a month now, and it's been pretty tough. But she's hanging in there.
There's been a couple scares lately.
More than a couple. More than a couple.
And I understand she needs 24-hour care now?
That's right. Yep. One or two of us are with her. Well, two of us are with her at night. And, usually during the day, there's a couple of us with her. And we just see how it goes. You know, her heart's just kind of weak.
What, Grandma?
We're listening.
There's going to be a speech here.
When you're ready for that, or let me what subject you want me to talk about, and then I'll start on that. But not today.
Okay. Well, how about your guests then? Why don't you introduce who's here with you visiting?
This is
My guest is Ben
That's
Martin.
Uncle Ben, Mom's brother.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
Grandma's
and-
introduce everyone. And Dora, my sister-in-law. And that's my son.
Oh, the baby of the family.
Baby.
Did you want your bottle, Mom?
Yes, I guess I'm ready for it.
And then this side, Grandma.
This side, there's my daughter.
She hasn't seen for 2 days.
I haven't seen for 2 days.
We don't know. Apparently she's been refereeing a game
Granddaughter.
somewhere, so we figure that's okay.
Her granddaughter too. And the baby's mother, Sarah. What's her name?
Sarah.
Oh, what's her name? We
And
call her.
Susan, my
That's
granddaughter.
okay, being called worse.
And my granddaughter.
Who's that?
How you been feeling today? You look good.
What?
You're looking good.
Thank you. Everybody tells me that, but they don't know how I feel. Nobody knows.
Nobody knows the trouble she's seen. Nobody knows my sorrow. Whoa.
Even Michael. This is Timmy's baby. Say hi. Say hi, Michael.
And how old is Michael?
He's 2.
And nobody knows the trouble he's been.
Say hi to the Hi.
No, this is.
We're turned 40, they're over the hill.
I just got kicked out of my spot
And
by
David's
Susan.
way past the hill.
So that means that Grandma went over the hill and she's coming up on the next one.
Say hi,
I
Mother.
wish.
Talk to Brittany. Say hi,
I'm
Brittany.
weighing down now. I don't know if I can
Hi,
get up.
Brittany. How are you?
Yes, you can.
Nice.
My glass here.
You need to get up.
Yeah, that's yours.
That way they shaved it.
Tell them about the experience you had coming in here
The
with
black
those
dude.
lights.
Who did it, or what?
Yeah, the traffic lights. Traffic lights were all out.
Angelo.
We'd have to
Right
guess.
here. On this
I
one,
wish
it's,
it got
this
the
is
word.
Michael.
So you just came in through the rainstorm now, huh?
Yeah, after
Look,
the
that's fine.
Where do you live now?
Does it look like him?
really.
Does it look like him? Does it look like you, Michael?
You tell your grandma walking around dancing, but we still see her sitting there.
And how long have you folks been drinking straight gin and vodka?
Forever.
No fair telling.
There's Monica
Well,
and
that's what to
Sandra.
tell. You wait till we stand up and see how we walk, and then you can tell.
And then you go, oh, too long.
That's Sandra. This is Monica.
You've been at it too
Oh,
long.
it's not the time. My head isn't working just right. And,
You keep saying that, but you make fun of everybody.
no, you know, my dad used to go from, we used to live in Waverly, and we used to go from Waverly to Ingleside. We used to go, we had eggs to sell, and we used to make cheese, homemade cheese, and homemade butter, and I used to bake cakes. And then we used to go over there to Ingleside and And so, and Mrs. Mariquita, what was Miguel?
I get it.
Oh, I can't remember the name. See, that's the reason why I wanted it down so I can remember. Acosta.
I can't remember.
She used
her
to
last
tell
name.
me, you stop over here at my place first so I can pick the cake I want, and I can pick the fresh cheese and the fresh eggs and everything she wanted fresh, you know, so we used to stop there first. Of course, she was the first one before we entered to where the other people were. And
How old were you when you were doing this?
gee, I can't remember, it was 19, that was 19,
1918 and
1918, yeah.
that.
So I was,
Not a lot in there.
I'd be how old? 16?
Well, who would Ben bake the cakes? Who was baking the cakes?
I used to bake cakes. I used to work all the time.
Oh, I thought you were just a salesperson.
You have to see, even Ben was with his hands there making it. More
You
than
don't make
cheese.
any now, yeah.
You mean growing up? When us kids were growing up? Oh,
You need to talk
I don't
louder
know
so
what
you
to
can
tell. If it was her telling, she could remember everything from the time she was
Yeah.
a little girl till, but I can't remember everything. I remember when we used to live at the homestead, Dad used to butcher calves and also go to Ingleside that you were talking about.
I do remember going from the homestead over there, but I remember going from Waverly. Of course, I think I stayed more with you when you were in Waverly than when you were at the homestead.
We used to go in the horse and buggy. Did we have a car in Waverly already? We got it when we were there. We had a Ford, what do they call it?
Model A.
Or Model T?
Model T,
How
two-seated car.
How old were you when the first time you got a car?
Oh gosh, I don't remember.
How old are you now?
How old am I? I'm just a year younger than your grandma.
Mom's 86, so he has to be 85.
Right.
Are you looking good, Uncle?
I can subtract.
Thank you.
Nobody said how good I was because I could
She
Did-
takes pretty good care of me.
Uh-huh. Do you guys still fool around?
What do you mean?
Yeah, they go to the circus on now and then.
Yeah, they just went to a show.
Yeah, we went to a show last night
They said for
to
Yeah, there's
see
Susan's. She'll
Baby
whisper.
Doe.
we saw an opera last night.
Oh, really?
Hadn't been to one for ages. But some of the history of Colorado, you know, way back. in
Yeah, the old
mining
matchless
days.
mine, Baby
Yeah.
Doe.
That was good. If you have a chance to see it, by all means, go see it. Very good.
Is this
When I was driving the Model T.
Just got out of your
Don't let
way.
Robbie hear you.
People just got out of your
Yeah,
way
yeah.
when you were driving.
I used to go over, they used to lend me the car. Uncle Tony Papadaka used to lend me his car, and I'd go wherever I wanted.
It's 13?
Told me anything.
I remember Tony Avadaka, when the car wouldn't start, he'd take the hood off the car and throw it and step on it.
Start there.
Yeah,
Throw the hood off the car?
really make him mad.
Maybe that's what John needs to do with his car.
One time, the Model T stopped right, you know where the bus depot used to be, right on the port? Well, the Model T stopped there, and I had Sarah and Lucy, and there were about 4 or 5 girls. And the conductor came and started the car for me. And I started going, and the thing stopped again. So he came and started over for me, so I finally got started. Right by the tracks, right on the tracks.
So you guys were the first cruisers, sort of, down.
Yeah.
Well, the first car we ever got was when we lived in Waverly. That little Model T Ford. Abe used to take some of those tires, you know, they'd cut them up and then put them over the other tire just to make them last longer.
Hey, that's a thought.
Good idea.
How do you keep them on though?
Well, with the wire, you got a wire. It was heavy wire, you know, that bends easy, and put it all around and run those. You'd cut the tires in the blocks, and sometimes you wouldn't cut the bead, you know, just and then put it over the other tire. He used to work a lot with cars. Sometimes he'd take the car and overhaul it, and take the motor and overhaul the motor. Eva, do you remember when they had that big flood up here in Bellevue? I don't remember what year it was. The water was running across east of La Porte there. Water from the river was running across there, and then some of the cars would go and get stalled right in the middle of the stream, and then there was another guy with a little, I think it was a Ford truck or pickup, come in there and turn right around there and pull the cars out of the stream. Do you remember that, when we had that flood up there?
I remember that.
Cloudburst. That's when they washed the bridge.
Yeah, I know it was a flood. When that flood was there, you mean? When that flood was with the airport?
Well, it was in Bellevue, but the river, you know, the flood came east of La Porte there.
I remember my mother-in-law used to cry because your grandpa went. You know, he hadn't left yet, but he was registered to go to the war, and she used to cry a lot. I remember that.
The grandpa went.
So.
Well, Lee did go to World War I, didn't he?
That's what she started about.
Lee and Everett and